I'm very happy here to come and participate and talk to you. I'm also aware that nearly equal number of or more number of parents and students are also sitting in the 10 different halls, and there is a live stream which is happening. Respected Pro-Chancellor and all my colleague friends on and off the days, newly joined students, parents, ladies and gentlemen. So before coming here, I thought that what I would speak. Expectations from the directors is very high, and I noted down few points. But then I thought that Dr. Balal sir gave everything from this. And if I speak a little bit more about it, I'm sure that I am encroaching the other presentations, so that I don't want to do. So then I thought that you all people are a bit serious now. Why? Okay, for a teacher like me, addressing a very serious class is a problem. There would be some kind of a noise here and there, so that makes us very, very lively. So let me think that let us do some Alt Control Delete, a refreshing, and that too with one story which my teacher told me on the orientation day. There was a king. Of course, all stories starts with a king. And he was ruling his kingdom very nicely. Lot of new initiative, lot of developments. People are very, very happy. But there was one area, lot of discussion which was going on. For him, no children. People thought that who would be the next king for us? And when this discussion happens over and over, the king thought that, okay, let me put a stop for this. So he gave an announcement to his whole kingdom, nothing to worry, I will decide who will be the king. Only one thing is that I will put that in a list of paper and put it in a cover, sealed cover. Only one thing that you can do is after my death, you open that cover, you will get the answer. Now you please concentrate on your jobs. Now people thought that when this guy will die. It's a one fine day, so let me not call this a fine day. Okay, one day, sad day, king died. After finishing all the rituals, they came, they gathered, and the main minister, he opened this cover. Everybody was anxious to know whose name will be there. Few of them, they are also very curious to know whether my name is there in that list. And when they opened that, they thought there was no name in that list. He may be an ISO quality guy. He wrote only the processes in which this new king to be selected. There are 4 points were there. Number one, the eligibility. Any adult, male or female, 21 years old or above, he can become a king. Second, entrance test. There was a big bell outside the palace. Somebody has to go and ring that bell. Very easy, not as tough as Mahe entrance test. Third one, tenure. 4 years at any circumstance cannot be extended. The fourth point is a very peculiar, is the exit policy. It says that at the end of the 4 years when he completes his tenure, people have to tie his hands and legs, put it in a boat, and then there is a river, push it on the other side of the bank. There is a deserted area, a lot of cruel people and dacoits, drop him there and come back. This fourth, the exit policy made people not to venture into this prestigious position. Only the minister used to run the country, and you know the fate. And one fine day, this is fine day, people heard that somebody is ringing the bell. When they came and they saw there was a very lean person, he's ringing the bell and said, I want to become a king. When they asked, he was aware about all the 4 points, and finally it is an order, and they made Pattabhishekam, and he became the king of this new kingdom. People thought that this guy will enjoy for some time and run away. But when they came to know over the years, he made many new initiatives, projects, developments in all the areas. People were again happy. People forgot the 4 years. But one day, again he announced and he said, today is my last day. Tomorrow, that is an exit, and you have to follow those processes which was listed down in the paper. Now people are very unhappy. They came and told, King, you are the great. You are the king now, why don't you change the policy? They said, no, I cannot change it. Please do this for me. He persuaded, he insisted, and on that day, people were very, very unhappy. People were crying, but still they did everything, tying up, putting in the boat, put it on the other side, and they were about to put them on the deserted land when they saw it is no more deserted land. It is one more kingdom. People were waiting there for him to receive, and they said that is a new king for us. They accepted him, and he went as a new king for the new kingdom on the other side of the bank. What actually he did, in his 4 years of this tenure, he knew that at the end of the 4 years that I will be there. Along with making the development of his own kingdom, he also put an effort to develop this place because he knew that he is going to land there. Story ends. And the message starts. Okay, guys, for you also, for all my students, you are eligible. You put the entrance test. For you, the tenure is 4 years. For you, the exit may also look like that. Although we don't do that, okay? Now, you have, and you are the king. I am sure that the whole atmosphere here, all support here, we all people will make you think that you are a king. We have everything to treat you as a king. But you have two options with you. Number one, be like a king, enjoy, and don't worry about what happens at the 4 years. And that other area may look like deserted area for it. What is that? It may be a corporate, it can be a further education, or it could be a society. Option two, during that your tenure here as a king, also make that kind of an effort, develop some kind of a skill and talents, develop some kind of a knowledge, and something which the other side will accept you as a king for the rest of your tenure. I am sure that you will look for option number two. Are you? Yes. Okay, this is my story. I think that there is a lot of claps, so that not for this, but actually you are energized now. I have 3 points to mention. One is about Manipal. I will not talk about Manipal too much because you have Googled my website thoroughly and you know that what Manipal is better than I know myself. So let me not do thing. And the few of the other points which Dr. Ballal sir has already mentioned. But there are few points which I would like to highlight, which we called as an advantage Manipal. Number one, it's a multidisciplinary campus. Discipline, what we mean is in engineering is one of them. Medicine, dentistry, hotel management, journalism, humanities. All those, see that there are about 12 of such disciplines. We have about many programs. Maybe BTech in mechanical engineering is the one program. Similarly, many programs, if you add all this undergraduate and post-graduation, there are about 350 academic programs that you have it. Okay, now the question is, it is good for us to tell it is a multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary campus, but what is an advantage for a child who joins for a particular program in an institution like MIT? The first thing is it gives an academic flexibility. I can introduce some subject which may not be a core, but which we think that it will help these students in the personality growth. I can do that because I have all these kind of experts in the same campus. Next, to talk to these projects. The project is a part of the curriculum, or the students may do it by their own. Projects are always multidisciplinary, and we need to have this domain knowledge from the other areas. And having this setup in the multidisciplinary campus, I am sure that is the advantage which all my students are getting, and that is the advantage number one. Advantage number two is a multicultural campus. What I mean, the students from the different background, different places, they are here. Every state representation is there in MIT, including Andaman and Nicobar. When I say the students spread overseas, 59 English-speaking countries students are studying in this campus on full time. Moreover, more than 150 country students, they come here for a short period on the exchange, and then they, in the campus, be here. Now, what is the advantage for a child? It is to know them, to know their culture, to know their cultural benefits, cultural sensitivity, having friends, networking. And this is the one thing, it's very important, especially the child goes for a multinational company. And this is the one advantage every student will get it here. I think you have to encash it. Advantage 3 is called as an innovation. Innovation is doing something differently. It writes from the origin, as Dr. Badal sir mentioned, how this Manipal born. Let me talk about a little bit about MIT. Although it started in 1957, at that time it is called as a Manipal Engineering College, MEC. 1974, our founder, Dr. T.M.A. Pai, went to Boston, saw Massachusetts Institute of Technology. He was inspired by that. He came back and renamed this MEC into MIT, Manipal Institute of Technology, thinking that it must also raise to that level. And today, all our alumni, with the support from the parents like you, they are doing very well. And the name and fame of this institution has raised. And the recent media report, it says, other MIT. This is an innovation at that time. But we did not stop there. To start a new program, to start a new departments, and even in the teaching, learning, evaluation, student support, campus support, there is something always we look for, something new, which we in the engineering we say delta change. And this is something that we are always looking for, and moreoverly, and for all my students are also I encourage to think slightly different, so that even if you have some kind of innovative ideas to make this campus or your campus life or a Manipal experience better, I'm open to that. Let us do it together. The fourth point is about experiential learning. As Badal sir mentioned, when I talk for the medical college, as a statutory requirement, every medical college must have its own hospitals for a practice. Similarly, if you go for an engineering education, we must have our own industries. May not be a very practical solution. How many industry an engineering institution can have? The only one option for us is to tie up with the industries. But today, luckily, many of our students are involved in major projects. It may not be a part of the curriculum. Some of these projects which you might have seen, whether it is a Formula car, Aero MIT, and solar mobile car, supercomputers, satellites, robo MIT, and many Mars rover, Manipal, many of these projects are doing, and it is all interdisciplinary. Students from the different disciplines, they come together and participate. And this is we encourage. We are also thinking about making it as a part of the curriculum, maybe at a later date. And today, this is what it is happening, and very, very proud. As a teacher, what we do, we become a mentors, we encourage, give some kind of a financial support. They are also not doing only the project, there will be a project management. They participate in the competition, both in India and outside. Today, my Formula team is in Germany, participating in a huge competition. Recently, this Mars rover Manipal, they were in US, participated. They came 13th in the global and second in India out of more than 40. This is one thing, it's a very keen, and I expect all my students to take part in this, which gives an experiential learning, maybe at a later date. Maybe you will be very well employed because of this additional knowledge that you have. The fifth point is the internationalization. Student mobility is the key. More about that, our Director of International Collaboration, Professor Ramji, would say. But the one thing what we say is, in the curriculum, we have adjusted it for the study abroad program, study away program, semester abroad program. So those are the things that we do. My Vice Chancellor has a very high goal. He told me, GK, all your students, before they leave this campus, their passports should be stamped at least once. And that is a huge target for me. But please make passport ready, okay? That is your target. Okay, guys, this is the first part. The second part is something that I would like to speak exclusively for my new students. Number one, MIT Vision 2020. Today, where do we stand as far as ranking is concerned? The recent MHRD ranking, NIRF, it gave that Manipal is on the 39th position on the national level and 11th position in the private space. When I shared this with all my students in the campus, alumni, faculty, and the parents, we are not happy with this rank. We feel personally we deserve it more. But let us not discuss, deliberate on this issue. We put ourselves a very ambitious goal for a 2020, and when you are graduating, and that goal must be, MIT must be on the top 10 engineering colleges in the country and the top 1 private space. Are you there with me? Okay. Of course, the strategy plan, the roadmap, maybe with the later date I will spend with all my students, because the students are a very important stakeholder, and I request all of them to participate in this quality journey. The second one is an opportunities. When we talk all with our eminent and distinguished alumni, we just ask them, like Satya Nadella, Rajiv Suri, Banmali Agarwala, Faisal Kutikulan, we ask them, what is that, the thing that it made you to raise this occasion? Everybody's, maybe there are many, but there is only one answer common and which stands out. They say, Manipal gave for us, along with the academics, there are so many other opportunities it gives me to learn more. My dear students, we create those opportunities for you. As Balal sir mentioned, it is not only academics, it could be co-curricular, extracurricular activities that we will do it. There are so many sports events, there are so many cultural fest events which will completely leave to you to organize it, and you take part in it. I have nearly about 78 student clubs here. We have a plan to increase for 100 within next 1 year. And many of my internal people, as well as some fact and parents, are also telling, GK sir, please go slow. My students will involve in many things and he will not study. But my only caution for all my students is, I will create team opportunity for you. But only one thing, that you have to choose which is good for you, but not at the cost of an engineering education. This is something that you have to promise, and then you have to grow with the flying colors. The third point that I would like to highlight is the constant and the meaningful engagement. Many times when we interact with the students, they would say that, oh, this teacher is coming to my private space and he is talking too much. So constant and meaningful engagement which will never happen. And this is why instead of that I jump into that, I expect all of you, all my students, to come and participate. See, for example, sometimes that even the parents are also finding, if you give some kind of an advice, and if you say that, beta, this is not right, you do this, every student, of course, it is a quite natural, at this age, there will be some kind of a rebellion things which is happening it. I will tell you one story, which is also not a big story like the previous one. Okay, then there is one dad and the son, they are flying the kite. The kite is going very, very high. And then the son asked, Daddy, why is this string? They said, Beta, this is the one that it makes you to fly high, the kite. No, Daddy, this is the string which you pulls down. If that is the case, beta, let me cut the string. Let me what happened. When they cut the string, what happened to the kite? Kite fell down. So, whatever we are doing as a parent for the children, it is only that string. The child will feel that he is controlling me, but the father is actually making the kite to flow or fly very, very high. Do you agree, parents? Okay. Now, can you give me these strings to me now today? Okay. And that is where that I am waiting. So, but there is a little difference that you have. Maybe for you, one string that you have it, but for me, 10,000 strings that you are giving to me. And while doing, I can't do it alone. I may have to give to all my other teachers. Even one teacher may be having a 10 strings, only one thing, and we are making everybody to fly high. It is not that kind of a control that we look for it, but there will be some kind of a rules and regulation that you have to follow. The fourth point for the children is an adhere to the norms. There are some rules and regulations, both in the academic, in the evaluation, in the hostels. There are so many rules and regulations we put it. Whether, don't ask why it is so, because it's a time-tested regulation, we may have to follow that. Okay? And don't ask too much, don't fight with the teachers or these wardens, so please follow that. If there is any variation, personally I may disagree with these rules, but as a director, I have to commit those things. And if there is something happens, it will be very unpleasant for the parents and the students. So I request everyone to adhere this norm. And many people, they may be the first time seeing this kind of a beautiful rains, isn't it? So please be careful. There will be slippery areas all over. My warden and all other people, they put so many bleaching powders there, but still you have to be a little more careful when you go. Don't ever go to beach. Beach may be fantastic, okay? So please don't go, because serious, this is a very dangerous, especially in this monsoon. We have lost many of our precious lives. So this is my earnest request and appeal to all my students. Do not ever venture into this. If you really want to go, please let me know. I will take you to the beach on some other day. There is something that which we can do this weekend, which is called as Walk with the Director, to know your campus. There is something that we have arranged this Sunday, that if you are interested to walk with me in the campus, please join me. Please bring your one umbrella and one drinking water. Okay, and I will show you all the places, what plans that we have, what innovative ideas that we can do. You can also suggest me. I have arranged for planting some saplings. We can do it together so that the tree will also grow along with you and you associate with yourself. Okay, no attendance, okay? It is purely, and parents can also join if you are there, but don't extend your ticket just because of that. Okay, the last point for my students is, tell me, who is the important person in this campus and this university? Who is that important person? Student? Oh, I thought that you're director. Okay, guys. Student is an important person. It is not the chancellor, it is not the pro-chancellor, it's not the director, not all the faculty, it is the student is an important person in this whole university. Everyone is aware, not too aware, we treat you like an important person. And this is something that please understand. A sub-question to you, how does an important person will behave? Okay, responsible. It is not that we will put the rules and regulation for you. Whatever you do, you will be held responsible for that cause. This is the agreement that we need to have on the day one. I will treat you as an important person. You will behave properly. And once if it comes, parents, no problem in this campus. Wardenji, no problem. Okay? This is what they have agreed to me. Okay? And for all my students, I take this opportunity to congratulate you, because you have done marvelously to enter into MIT, which I could not do when I was a student. Maybe may not be as smart as you guys. Can we give a big round of applause for all my students? And for my parents, okay? I have few points to you. The first thing, as Balal sir mentioned, we thank you for that faith and the trust that you kept on Manipal, and making that kind of a decision that will be a good destination for your engineering education of your child. And this is your support that I require throughout, and thank you very much for all of you. Can we give a big round of applause for my parents? Again, Vision 2020 is not only for the students, the parents can also participate in it. And I know by looking at the profile of many parents, they are with many backgrounds. Maybe if you want to engage yourself in the university, in the teaching, learning, or in the research, or in getting them kind of a industry connect, being as an adjunct faculty, need not be in the branch that your son or daughter joined. Maybe it may not be only in MIT, but if you are a medical profession, maybe in the other colleges, please be involved yourself. Let us know. We will give you that kind of an invitation. At least for the next 4 years, I'm sure that you are making a frequent visit, and during that, there will be some interaction which happens. If it is possible, please give some kind of a more industry connect, more connected to the international university, which will take it to the next level. I'm sure that you can also participate in this quality journey. I welcome all of you to participate in it. The third point is the constant touch with the teacher guardian and for the institution. The single reason for me and you to hear and discuss it is your child, my student. So please be in touch with the teacher guardian or the wardens, or at least with me, so that collectively we can make this mission successful. The fourth point is the fair and transparent governance systems and processes that we'll exhibit. Maybe from the day one which you have filled that kind of a form, appearing for the examination, seeing those results, participating in the counseling, looking at that kind of a change which happened, participating in this orientation, seeing all these kind of processes which you have seen, I'm sure that the system has shown some kind of a fairness and transparency to you. And this is one thing that we would like to encourage. I'm not claiming that the whole system is 100% perfect. Every time that we will make a conscious effort. But again, there is one story that I would like to tell, that when my chancellor, Dr. Ramdas Pai, his son, Dr. Ranjan Pai, he could not qualify in the examination, and chancellor did not give seat for him here in medical. He has to go all the way. And that kind of a transparency and the ethics that is built right from the top. Dr. Ballal sir's son could not get medical seat here. Vice Chancellor's son could not get medical seat here. My own daughter, she could not qualify in engineering education. And that is the transparency that we will build and go forward. And these are supposed to happen in every education, but today it became a very rare commodity. And that is why we make your students to feel that kind of a quality processes here. And due to something, there are many things some request will come, sometime from the parents, sometime from the students, either to brand change, so people will come and ask, I will pay you a little bit more, can it be done? Can this marks can be enhanced? Those are the hygiene areas. We will not ever interfere. And if there is a very genuine case, definitely we will interfere and do that kind of a justice. But if there is an unrealistic request and demand, we will not be in a position to adhere to it. We will be polite, but we will be firm in our decision. My request to all my parents, so please support us to make this happen, and let the values will be given for the child so that he will understand maybe for his future life. The last one, the parent anxiety. I'm sure today you are very happy, but internally there will be a lot of anxiety that you have. How I can leave my child here? Such a large, farther distance, such a big university. How my child will cope up? Such kind of an anxiety that you have it, which I do understand. If I were in your position, I would feel the same thing. But to make this happen, all my teachers, all of the leaders here, making a one voice promise to you is, please leave that child with us. We will take care. One more story and I will end. Okay, you must see this eagle nest. eagle always put his nest on the mast, on the top. And then there is a nest, and there is a small eagle, and it is going to the entry, and the first time it is making an attempt to come out with the nest and fly. Every time it goes to the entry, sees the place, gets some kind of fear, it comes back. And the mother eagle is seeing that for a long time, this child is going, coming, but never make an attempt to do it. You know what this mother eagle does? It goes, give a gentle kick for this child. It will come out from the nest and it will fly. I don't expect you to give that kind of a kick today, but gently leave your son or daughter with us. We will take care of it. And this is something that I wanted to make all of you aware. Once again, I congratulate each one of you. Thank all the parents to make that kind of a decision. Collectively, we can make many changes for the new generation. So please support me, and we will be here to make this mighty, mighty, mighty. Thank you very much.